Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. Today's vlog is just to tell you a little bit about what's been going on the last few days with me, why you haven't seen a painting in a few days, as well as to respond to a few comments on my previous video about the blue debate, and also to ask a favor from you guys. So I'm just going to start by saying thank you to all of you who have been saying prayers for me and who have been there for me. All of your wonderfully nice comments are so undeserving. I mean, you guys have said such nice things about me, and it really touches my heart. Really, really, truly it does. And I appreciate every one of you. I feel like I know so many of you just from speaking to you in the comments section below. And those of you who are friends of mine on Facebook and things like that. So thank you. Thank you so much. I got some information on Friday. I got a phone call. Thursday or Friday? I believe it was Friday, yeah. My long-term disability provider decided to deny my claim and said that I'm ready to go back to work. After being off since 2011, suddenly I'm healed, and it's because of my social media. They say that my social media, which means YouTube, has shown that I do not appear to have any pain or any residual effects of injury or disease, and that I am ready to return to work. And I said, "Are you kidding me? You're basing my claim on a social media app?" And she said, "Oh, well, no, that and your doctor's explanations." And I thought, okay, well, I already know what my doctor said. So I told her I wanted all the records that were used in the review, my medical records, the doctor's notes, everything. And so I've got to ask for that, and I'm going to appeal it, and I'll be hiring an attorney to do that. Many of you probably have the same long-term disability provider through your work benefits. If you do have a long-term disability benefit that you can pay premiums into through your office or work or whatever, the most commonly used one is Unum, UNUM, and that is who my provider is or was or whatever. I lay down a few times a day just to get my back in order so that I can move again. So it's very frustrating to me. It's been really hurtful. It's been hard on me. But I know God will provide, so I can't worry about it. I'm just going to turn all my worries over to the Lord and say, "You take over," because I know He'll provide for me. And I'm not going to starve. So it may hurt my art budget, but that's okay, I suppose. So I'll just have to get more sponsors. Anyway, so that's the deal with my disability. I do still receive Social Security, at least at this point. They said that they didn't need to review my claim because they could tell by looking at it that my health problems are pretty severe. This isn't from an injury, a back injury, but anytime somebody has back pain, they want them off their books ASAP. And I've been on long-term disability with them for 5 years. So they definitely want you off. And at 5 years, it seems to be the magic tipping point, especially now that I'm over 55. The older you get, the harder it is to recover. So they want you gone. And they're supposed to pay out benefits until 65 if you haven't healed. I'm worse than I was when I went off work. Yet, now they think I'm ready to return. And I told my husband the other day, I said, "Wow, since I'm magically cured, I think I'll join a golf league again. And you know what? I think I'm going to do that 60-mile breast cancer walk again that I did back in 2002 before this started. My problem started in 2003, actually. And I was an active person. I hiked, and I loved to power walk and went to the gym every day and everything. And now I'm just blowing up and on steroids and on more medications than my parents were combined. So anyway, enough of that. Then yesterday, something else happened. Somebody said, "Well, I hope to see you again tomorrow," she said to me on Friday. I can't remember who it was. And I said, oh, you will, thinking that I would post a painting. And I didn't. And the reason that I didn't post anything yesterday was because I had a really terrible fall down the steps. I'm okay. Nothing seems broken, although I think I'm going to have to go to my doctor tomorrow. I was walking down the steps, holding the rail, walking slowly, and somehow lost my footing, and I went down 7 steps head first. I rolled down, just somersaulted, bam, 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 all the way down to the landing, hit the landing, and I continued to roll down the landing turn another 2 steps onto the ceramic tile floor in my hallway and hit my front door. My front door is all solid glass. So I'm lucky my head didn't go through it, but that was some pretty freaking hard glass, I tell you what. And I'm pretty bruised up and banged up, but I think I'm going to be fine. I have a problem with my shoulder, my knee, my left hip again, and of course my back. I'm really stiff. So, you know, it kind of sucked, especially a day after losing my disability. But I can't worry about it. If you guys want to continue to pray, I'd appreciate the prayers, and I'm going to try to keep pushing on. I've been laying in bed almost all day today, and so I thought I'm going to try and do something because I need the distraction. I'm hurting a lot right now. So anyway, to the disability people, brushing my hair and putting makeup on does not mean that I feel good. I try to put a smile on and fake it till I make it. That's always been my motto. I've been in pain for so long that it's become my norm. And nobody wants to be around somebody that's all the time, you know? So I try to fake it. I want friendships. I want to be able to see people and do things, but I haven't been able to go to a movie because I can't sit for the 2 hours. I haven't gone to a restaurant because waiting for a table, then ordering dinner and waiting for dinner and all of that is too long that usually by the time I'm served my dinner, I ask them to serve it in a box and I just take it with me because I'm too nauseous and pain to even eat dinner. I've told them all of this, yet they still deny me. So I'm moving on from that anyway because it's too depressing and you guys don't need to hear about all that. The next thing I wanted to talk to you about was in response to a few people that were posting things after my blue debate video, and I think it confused some people. I believe that ultramarine blue is warm blue, just like in my previous videos that many of you didn't watch, but you watched this one. And I believe that phthalo blue, green shade, which is the normal phthalo that you usually get, red shade, you really have to specifically order red shade, but usually when you order phthalo blue, it's a green shade. I believe that is cool. But I was just talking about a long-standing debate because violet being the coolest on the color wheel and ultramarine being closer to it than phthalo, that some people have taught that in that case, phthalo is warmer than ultramarine because ultramarine blue sits closer to violet on the color wheel. But ultramarine contains red, which is very warm. Green is cool. Some will debate, well, the green in phthalo is actually caused by yellow, which is also warm. So that's where I was going with this debate thing. Then I got some nasty comment. You guys can go back and read it. She said, I obviously know nothing about color and that I need to go study it. And it went on from there. And I thought, geez, oh, Pete, woman. Anyway, I shouldn't have replied to her, but I did, and I gave her some links to some blogs that do prove that there is a debate. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you that. Ultramarine, I believe, red leaning colors are warm, green leaning colors are cool. Then there's the warms and cools within each thing, which are relative to what you're comparing it to. And if you have misunderstandings about that in this video, please go back to my color mixing video a few videos back, and you can listen to that and it will explain what I meant. So I'm going to move on from that. If it becomes a huge problem, I'm just going to turn it to private and let it go. But otherwise, I'm not going to keep responding to it on that thing. So that's that. And the next thing is just some upcoming paintings that I'm going to be doing. I hate to say it, like 2 years late in painting a painting for a friend of mine who asked for a lighthouse painting. And there is a lighthouse up where my house was built that we built for our retirement. We call it our cottage right now, but it's really a house that we're going to be living in after my husband retires in a few years. We'll sell the house that I'm living in currently, and then we're just going to move to that house and be downsized to one house instead of two. And then that way we can take our fifth wheel and travel the country, and I can do a lot of urban sketching and videos on locations and stuff like that, which I really look forward to. And I've done a few of those last year, but I'll do some more. But anyway, this painting that I'm going to be painting with or for my friend is a picture of this lighthouse. I wanted to do this lighthouse facing the land because I think that, I think the composition is a little bit better. It's an ugly lighthouse. I mean, it's not the most beautiful lighthouse. This lighthouse has a lot of history and was bought up by a group of people. I forget what they call themselves, but it was falling apart. The roof caved in. It was a mess. It was falling apart, and with funds and donations, they were able to bring it back to life, which they're doing with a lot of lighthouses in Michigan. The state of Michigan has the most lighthouses of any state in the nation, because we have so much water surrounding us. Being peninsulas, we're almost islands. And so we have lighthouses going all the way around. We've lost quite a few lighthouses, and I should have looked up the numbers to show you, but it's in the hundreds. So this one is the one. It's Port Austin Reef Lighthouse. And the reason I like this composition is because there's windows going down this side. I like this doorway. And then over here on this other side is where a drop-down ladder comes down, and then there's a landing where you can get off of a boat and then come up and everything. It's not the prettiest view. Now, this lighthouse doesn't have very good resolution, this photo. So this one has better resolution, but it's a different view. It's turned. The other one was on the back side looking this way, and this one's on the water side looking out. So although this one looks prettier as resolution, I'm going to go with the land one because I want to have some land behind the lighthouse looking in toward the Port Austin. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, he's been waiting 2 years for this, so I've got to get moving on it, and I'm going to be doing that very soon. Also, there's another lighthouse that I've been going to paint for a very long time, and it's also from Michigan. It's the Grand Haven Lighthouse from the west side of the Lower Peninsula of Michigan. The Port Austin Lighthouse is where my house is, in the thumb of Michigan. If you look at Michigan like this, which is a mitten, I know, my cottage is right here, and this is all Lake Huron. This is the Saginaw Bay. Anyway, my house is right up at the tip, and the Port Austin Lighthouse is right off the tip. Grand Haven Lighthouse is somewhere down over here, and it is a gorgeous lighthouse, and I want to paint this one. This is a very popular photo of the Grand Haven Lighthouse. I've seen it in hospitals, framed. I've seen it all over, but it is a beautiful lighthouse with a beautiful boardwalk, and that wave hitting it is just gorgeous. There's a couple others I've seen where the waves are crashing up over. So I'm going to paint that again, very soon as well. The last thing that I wanted to talk to you about, let me see, I talked about that paintings to come. Oh, a name. Now, You know, when I open all my videos, I basically just say, hi guys, welcome back, or hi everyone, thanks for tuning in, or whatever I say. It's pretty boring. So I wanted some sort of way to say hello to you guys, like I have a way to say goodbye to you guys. And many people offer names for their viewers, like Misfits, or another vlog I watch, The Adventurers or something like that. And then there's others. But anyway, I thought, well, what could I call my viewers? I want to find a nice name for you guys. So I want your input. So comment down below what you think the name of the viewers should be. I was like, well, should I say the Wild Abandonators? But that's a mouthful. Wild Abandonizers? Nah, that's not good either. Courageous Artists? Nah. Artist Buddies? Art Buds? I don't know. So anyway, help me come up with a good name, and then once I find one, I will see how you guys like it. But I need your help, so help me with that. And thank you again for all the prayers. I appreciate all of the prayers, and